Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSU81 and today I would like to do a comparison for this Marvel Legends Wolverine from the X-Men 97 retro cards versus this Mafex Wolverine Tiger Stripe. Ever since I've gotten this Mafex Wolverine, I have been receiving some messages from you guys telling me that this is not really a good deal. Some of you guys actually says this Marvel Legends is way better, so this is why I've decided to do these comparisons. Before we get started, let's start by comparing the box here. Oh my goodness, it's way too big. Okay, so I have to bring my camera a little bit backwards. Okay, so as you can see, the box is of course entirely different here. But if I were to given a choice, I would say that I prefer the Marvel Legends one, not because it is much bigger but it's because I feel that it is much nicer as a collector's item. You can actually hang it on the wall. It just looks very nice with the rest of the X-Men's from this retro card series. But for this Mafex one, of course it will looks good with the rest of the X-Men, like Cyclops or Storm or Jean Grey. It will still looks good with all the Mafex box around, but as you can see, it's actually a lot bigger. So you're gonna have some hard time to actually store all these boxes. Yeah, I think this one is a much better options. And next we'll move on to the accessory. I know this is not a very fair comparison because the Marvel Legends does comes with a lot lesser accessory, but nevertheless, let's get it over with. So this Marvel Legends Wolverine does comes with a pair of closed fist hands, an unmasked head, and also a mask for this unmasked head. As for this Mafex Wolverine, he does comes with a pair of closed fist hands, a pair of relaxed hands, another masked head with the angry expressions, and lastly another unmasked head together with the mask for this unmasked head. Okay, so as you can see, the Mafex one of course does comes with one more extra pair of hand and also another extra angry head. And as you move on to the articulations, of course you can see the build of the entire figure is different because of two different companies. So let's start from the head. For the Mafex, as we know, he does comes with entirely separate neck on his own, so he can move very freely. But even for the Marvel Legends, he doesn't have a separate neck, but you can see that the articulation is also not too bad, so it's pretty good as well. And for this Mafex, I've been saying that this thing here, the shoulder flap is rather dangerous because there's only a joint here at the back, so whenever you move it, you can see that it's rather fragile, I would say. Yeah, so you do have to handle with care. But for the Marvel Legends, you can see that he does have the same articulation, but they do have two pegs that secure it, so that it's rather safe, I would say. Yeah, it feels more safer to move it because of there are two joints as compared to the Mafex, which is only one joint that you can just accidentally twist and break it. And both of them do have a butterfly joint as well. So yeah, who says that yeah, both have a pretty wide range, and both of them do have bicep shrivels, as you can see, double joint elbow. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, pretty good for the Mafex, and for the Marvel Legend is equally good as well. Okay, so for the torso, right over here, there are 2-point articulation, same. But for the Mafex, I would say that it has a ab crunch pretty good, but you can't compare it with the Marvel Legend, which can go even more as compared to the Mafex, as you can see. Yeah, so the Marvel Legend is better in this sense. Yeah, so it does have a separate belt just like the Mafex, and the Marvel Legends does have a tight shivers. You can see a cut there, but I think for Mafex they want to preserve the beauty of his tight, so there is no cut, but you still can shivers it a little bit. And a double joint knee, same goes for the Marvel Legends as well. So yep, from the shoe is pretty much the same, except that the Mafex does have a toe hinge. Okay, so altogether, yeah, of course you can see that the Marvel Legends does have an extra tight shivers. The neck he doesn't have, but still can articulate pretty good. So in overall, I would say is that kind of hard to decide which one is actually better, but I do feel safer playing with these Marvel Legends as compared to these Mafex ones. So I tried to do some extreme poses for this Wolverine whereby he's crunching down and doing the claw things. Yeah, so you can see that the Marvel Legends can ab crunch pretty much low because of this the joints that he have on the abs. But for the Mafex, it's not too bad as well, even though I do have to be very careful when I'm crunching him because I don't want to scratch off any pains. But you can see it's not that bad, and the best thing is both of their heads can actually look up. It does have a very wide range of movement for looking up for both of them. So I would say it's not too bad for both of them. Yeah, so, and right up next, let's check out on the overall look for both of them. I think this will be very interesting. So let's start from the head again. As we can see, I do think that they both actually looks very good in terms of the cowl. Yep, I just love the part over here. So let's take a closer look. And they do have the white eyes, which is very iconic. Yeah, this looks pretty good. And for the mouth parts, I would actually prefer the Mafex one because he looks more rugged, this one, and this one looks like some pretty good boy under the cowl. And now I do understand why you guys actually wanted the black, because I have watched the animated series. It is indeed in black, and this Mafex one is in blue. Okay, but don't know why I just like the blue, maybe because it matches with this part here, but the black just looks good as well. Okay, and I know some of you guys actually doesn't like this portion here for the articulation. It just looks weird, so you might prefer the Mafex one, but for me, I do think that that's fine. Yeah. Okay, and then let's see on the arms. You can see that both of them do have the hair details, but the Mafex one is a lot more detailed, I mean more prominent as compared to this one. But I do like the skin tone on the Marvel Legends. It looks more natural as compared to this one here. And I know the most subtle difference is of course the claw. Yep, so I think a few of you guys actually recommend me to change the claw into something like the brown Wolverine, but I actually don't want to, because I do find this one special. Yeah, I do hate it at first, but now I seems to grow a liking for it. I do feel that it's something different and not just the same claw for all my Wolverine. Yeah, for of course for this one it does looks better, but as you know, the Mafex one is more solid. This one is very soft, as you can see, but it still looks good. Okay, so as for the boots area, you can see this is where the pricing actually comes from. Yes, the one from Mafex is a lot more metallic paints, but the one from the Marvel Legends is a bit more dull. But yeah, I mean, to me is okay, but if you're looking into something more premium looking, yeah, you can see that the Mafex one does feels a lot more premium with this like a metallic kind of blue. Yeah, but the Marvel Legends is just a very dull blue, but still okay. I mean, I still can accept it. It's not something a big deal. Yeah, so this is where the paints comes differently. And next, of course, the Mafex does come with additional heads, which is the angry one. I do feel that it's a missed opportunity for Marvel Legends, because if they do comes with another head, something like this figure will be quite perfect already. And now we'll take a look at the unmasked head. Wow, can you see the difference? In this case, I really think that the Marvel Legends totally nail it. Yeah, it does looks a lot better, and you can really see the details in this Marvel Legends head as compared to this Mafex one. He just seems soft. Yeah, this is the other way around as compared to the mask head. Yeah, for Marvel Legends, you can see that the anger is there, the details of the expressions is very good. For the hair, yeah, I think it's okay. But as for the mask, I would think that the Marvel Legends one doesn't really make sense, because you can see the black portion is very small. If you check out the mask head, it's supposed to be a huge black color cowl, but this one doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, they should make it big, just like the Mafex ones. And next we'll check out the scale for these two guys here. So as you can see from the side to side, the Marvel Legends is slightly shorter as compared to the one from Mafex. But in terms of the proportion, I do feel that this Marvel Legends is kind of weird, because you can see that his upper body is kind of long, but the legs somehow it feels short. That means that he have a longer upper body and a shorter legs. Usually we have a shorter torso and longer legs, so to me it just feels like it's not proportionally correct. And next we'll talk about the pricing. Of course, this is a very easy comparison. We all know that the Mafex one is of course a lot more expensive. Maybe 3 or 4 of these Marvel Legends is equivalent to one Mafex. This is how big gap of the price range is. So yeah, you guys might say that it's because the Mafex one is an import stuff, but to us, both of them are actually import stuff as well. And next is something that I think most of you will be interested in, which is some head swapping. Yes, I know most of you guys want to see if this Marvel Legends Wolverine can fit for this Mafex screaming head. Yeah, I myself is actually kind of interested to know, even though I'm pretty sure it wouldn't fit at all because of the ball joint, but still like to see how it goes. And you can see there's a very small hole for the joint for Mafex. Yep, so let's see. Yeah, it just looks pretty good. You will got to shave off this big ball joint from this Mafex, and then I think it actually fits pretty well. Wow, it's kind of matching as well. Let's compare on the heads. Just like to see how does it really fares. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, very different as well, especially for this cowl. Yeah, but it does looks pretty similar in terms of the scale. And next, of course, I would like to try for this Marvel Legends Unmasked head, which I say is much better looking than the Mafex one, on this Mafex head. So let's see, because of the big ball joint for Marvel Legends, so it has a bigger hole, maybe it will just slot right in. And oh wow, okay, kind of, I think it's okay. Maybe slightly taller would be better. Yeah, I think some blue type will do the trick, but if you push all the way in, it still scale pretty good. Wow, yep, definitely can use this Marvel Legends head on this Mafex body. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And at the same time, if you remember, I do say that this unmasked cowl for the Marvel Legends is inaccurate, because this black part should be much bigger, just like this Mafex one. So I was thinking to actually use these Mafex ones on the Marvel Legends together with their own Marvel Legends head. So I think that will actually be pretty good. So you can see that now it looks more accurate that way. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good as well. Okay, so for my final verdict, I would say is that two of them is of a different level of collectibles. Yeah, I'm not saying that the Marvel Legends is cheap, or I'm not saying that the Mafex is more premium, things like that, but it is just a different range of collectibles. If you guys are having some constraints in terms of financially, I would say that the Marvel Legends is quite a good choice in this sense, because he is not looking very far off as compared to the Mafex. Yeah, I do think that he's worth for the money that you paid for, but for the Mafex is for someone who are into the higher range of collectibles, they actually expected something more. Yeah, then I think you should go for Mafex. To me, I would still go for the Mafex. Sorry to say is that, yeah, I would like to keep the money to something that, you know, is more worth, like maybe something more comparable is like the Gambit. Okay, the Marvel Legends Gambit and the Mafex Gambit, that is where you can see the money goes into, because for the Mafex Gambit, they do have soft cloth material for the jacket, which doesn't hinder the articulations, but the one from the Marvel Legends is a hard plastic that it will actually hinder most of the articulations. So yeah, so that's when you see a Mafex is much more worth to go for But for this Wolverine, yeah, I would think that the Marvel Legends is still a better choice for your money. So once again, I do hope that you enjoy these comparisons, and I will catch you guys again in my next video.